Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Real Talk with Coach Sherri. And this channel is about workforce development, career readiness, entrepreneurship, and of course, real life, real issues, and real talk. So today, hey, Mrs. Carter Soror, how are you? So good to see you. Oh my goodness. So this was an impromptu live. I'm going to be on here because last week I did a video short on mine, how to do mind sharpening tips. I gave you 5 mind sharpening tips. And I said I was going to do a longer version of those tips. I just wanted to put those out there, give you something to think about, give you something to gnaw on. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been on the fence, I invite you right now to hit the subscribe button and the bell for notification. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And leave a comment. Talk to me in the chat, but even afterwards, come back and drop a nugget of what you've learned in this live in the comment section below this video. So I see we have Jaden Sud 28 is in the building, Mrs. Carter, Boss Lady Denise, Yees Believes is in the place to be. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you for rocking with me. I see we have 4 in the live, and that is great. I would love to give you this information, and please, as you're in the chat, if you could share with me some of the ways that you sharpen your mind, that would be great. I apologize. I kind of threw myself together. I am in quarantine. I've been in my bedroom almost 14 days. Thursday will be 14 days. I was exposed, but I am negative, and I'm just trying to keep my family safe. But it's been a challenge, I'm going to tell you. So just throwing some makeup on real quick and wanting to be here to represent for you guys. So let's see. What are some of the ways that you sharpen your mind? I want you to consider that. Think about that. And those of you that are here live with me right now, if you can write down in the chat, how do you sharpen your mind? I know for me, to sharpen my mind, I first have to clear it out. So I do a lot of things where I don't think about anything. You know, I'm not trying to develop anything. I'm not thinking about what needs to be done. I'm just a clear mind. And for me to get that clear mind, it's taking a walk. Even going into my closet, which is a quiet place. I found out when my children were very young that my closet is the quietest place in the house. So going into my closet, being near water always helps with getting my mind sharp, because having my mind clear allows all the good things that needs to support me in what I'm doing. It allows those great ideas to come alive. Let's see. Yes, Yees believes going to the beach and detoxing. Hi, VAO11. Thank you for being here. Good evening to you. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Annabello. Thank you for being here. And Marilyn Kaminsky, hello to you. I appreciate you. Yes. Yes, thank God I am safe. Absolutely. Because that has been my prayer, Yees believes, is to, not get ill, and no one in my circle, which includes all of you, to not get ill. There's been so many people that I know or know through someone that unfortunately, had become ill, some even passing away. So just trying to stay healthy, doing the right things, eating the right foods, taking my vitamins, supplements, and drinking lots and lots of water has been helpful thus far. Let's see. Hello, everyone. All right. So I see Yeast Believe says that going to the beach and detoxing helps her to clear her mind and sharpening her mind. That is very, very true. That's what I love. The sound of the waves, just allowing your mind to just go blank for a little bit, because you need to sharpen it. So I'm going to start off with tip number 1, and that is self-awareness. You guys, self-awareness is huge. Not everyone has self-awareness. And when you have it, you have to also learn how to manage it. Having self-awareness means you understand that All the beliefs that you grew up knowing, understanding, seeing, experiencing may not be the beliefs for the situation that you are in. It may not serve the situation that you're in. And because of that self awareness, you're able to determine how you're going to react in situations, how you're going to show up, because you understand what your end goal is. You understand how you understand what you want to accomplish. And sometimes our beliefs and how we respond to those beliefs don't always align with our goals. So being self-aware, you understand what you need to do and how you need to continue to be aligned with your goals. Let's see. Boss Lady Denise is saying long walks helps her. Yes, absolutely. And I see everyone is speaking. Everyone in this live are great people. If you do not know them already, please be sure to check them out. They are amazing, everyone in here today. So tell me, what are your thoughts around self-awareness? Because self-awareness can be very disruptive if you are trying to sharpen your mind. Not having self-awareness sometimes will cloud your vision, will cloud your mind, will have you do things that when you look back, you're like, why did I do that? And it's because you were not being self-aware. When you are self-aware, when you have developed those ways of being able to communicate better, of handling feedback, of being an active listener, all those things, being aware of your surroundings, you have to manage that. And managing that takes a conscious effort. It doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just happen automatically. Consciously, you have to make sure you are managing yourself, understand what your goals are, and make sure that everything you're doing is aligned with that. So you want to replace your negative thoughts, because self-awareness can also be negative thoughts. Those are the thoughts you may have if you're going into a new situation and you're telling yourself what you can't do, or you're hearing people in your head. I call it your inside voice telling you what you can't do. But you want to replace those with positive thoughts, positive images. That's why when I coach people and I always have them write out things that they accomplished in their life, great or small, whether they got paid for it or volunteered or a sport that they may have played, whatever they did, and they accomplished something great in it. I always tell them to write it down. Write what your position was in it. Write what action steps you took and what was the end result. What did you learn from it? Did it go well? Did it not go well? But what did you learn from that situation? And those are great things. Those are challenges. It could have been a challenge. Those are things that they accomplished. And it's important to remember those things, because you are always going to come upon something that is a challenge. And when you realize that you have gone through challenges in the past successfully, you know that you can do it again. And that's self-awareness. So that already is going to eliminate the thought that you can't do something, because you've done many things that may have seemed impossible, but you were able to accomplish it. God never puts something in front of you that you cannot achieve. Just know you have to continuously put one foot in front of the other. I always equate it to when a running back gets tackled, they continuously move their feet, stretch their arms out, trying to gain extra yards. And that's what we have to do in life. And so you have to be self-aware and manage that for yourself, so that your mind is sharp, so that you will know that nothing can defeat you. You need to continuously remember those times, recall those times when you may have supported someone because they were having a challenge to get over a hurdle. And so you have it in you, not just for yourself, but for others. So it's really important to share your knowledge, share your skills, share things that you can do well with others who are coming up behind you. And that's one great thing about YouTube, is it's that legacy that you're leaving. You're sharing things that you are experiencing, because you just never know who it is going to bless. And that's what this is. It's all a blessing. Absolutely. I see Marilyn Kaminsky is saying that she agrees. Thank you. Ease Believes is saying, I try to stay aware of let me put this, I try to stay aware of my actions and reorganizing them as they present themselves to me. Acknowledging self-awareness is so important. It is. And let me tell you, the biggest hurdle typically that we have to get over is the hurdle of ourselves. We get in our own way. So it's about getting out of your way so that you can accomplish your goals. When I work with apprentices, interns, when I work with new business owners, or even established business owners that feel like they have come against a roadblock and they want to just drop everything, I always tell them, get out of your own way. Because when you are in your way, you will find that you'll keep pushing yourself back, keep pushing yourself down. And that's not what we want to do. You want to acknowledge what you don't know and seek out more information, be observant. And it's about preparing yourself for every situation. Not everything that you do is going to serve you in every situation. So you definitely want to take inventory of where you're going and what you need to do in order to be able to function properly in those areas. You know, if it's a new job that you have, if it's a new business, a new client that you may be coming up against, don't bring the bad things with you where you're saying, I can't, I won't, it won't work out. Keep your mind open. Sharpen your mind and keep it open so that you can receive and go into those situations with a clear head. Absolutely. Let's see. East Belize is saying, I keep sticky notes on all mirrors in my home to reinforce positive vibes and encouragement throughout the day. Oh my goodness, sticky notes are amazing. Those are great visuals. Having visuals with affirmations, with biblical scriptures, with motivation, with pictures of your loved ones, pictures of places that you want to travel to, anything that can encourage you and keep you focused and moving towards your goal. Any kind of positive imagery is amazing to have. Absolutely. And Marilyn is saying, I always positive think, I don't live negative. Yes. And some people, believe it or not, a lot of people have a problem with thinking positive. Some people may speak it, but they don't always think it. And so what I tell people is do the opposite. If you're thinking something negative, replace that negative with a positive right away. That's a habit. And some people will say, I can never do that. First of all, saying what you never can do is also a negative, but you have to try, and it doesn't happen overnight. Some people say it takes 21 days for a new habit to become part of who you are. Some people say 3 months. It's actually 6 months. And a psychologist out in California did a study on that. And for something to be who you are, a real change in your life, you have to do it for at least 6 months. Think about when you work out. Oh my goodness, because I know I had a situation where I was walking every day with a neighbor and we were doing great. And I'm thinking, okay, you know, I'm on the road to this being something I just do. I enjoyed it. I look forward to it. And I want to say 2.5, 3 months in, life happened, and her and I got busy, got caught up, and kept saying, we can't do it today. We can't do it today. We can't do it today either. Maybe next week, maybe next month. And I looked up and I was like, wow, that was so easy to backslide. You know, that was so easy to give up. And when I looked at my calendar, I realized we hadn't been doing it for 6 months. That's why. When you're doing something with 6 months, 9 times out of 10, it's sticking with you. It's going to be part of who you are. So always know that. Give yourself that time, give yourself that space to make those changes that are going to serve you. Don't beat yourself up after 2 weeks. Don't beat yourself up after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months. No, that's still not enough time. You will need 6 months. And when I say it's part of who you are, you don't have to think about it as much. It's just something that happens automatically. And that's abundance intelligence. When you're owning it, it's who you are. You're being it with more frequency. So when you have to continuously, mentally, consciously tell yourself to do those things, it's not a habit yet. But when you just automatically do it, that's just who you are, that's just what you do, then you are well on your way to having your mind sharpened. And then Yeast Believes is saying, yes, if you can make it stick for 21 days, the brain is trained for me. And I'm telling you, when you do it even longer than that 21 days, you will be shocked at how much more it is ingrained and really become part of who you are. Hi, J Van Minimal. JW Van Minimal? How are you? This right here, this woman and I have been connected for a long time now, at least almost 2 years, I want to say. She has a great channel. She does a lot of great thrifting. She's in the state of Wisconsin, and I really enjoy her videos. So if you don't know who JW Van Minimal is, I highly recommend that you get her. Let's see. Mrs. Carter, my soror, is saying, this is just what I listened to today. I guess disciplined habits and being accountable. Yes, you have to be accountable, being accountable to yourself first, and then accountable to the situation and your part in it. That is so important. All right, so the next one is resisting background noise. And so background noise can really do you under sometimes. Those are those naysayers. Those are the things that you have in your head, and it can encourage you or discourage you. So you want to be really resistant around that background noise that's telling you what you can't do. That background noise that's not allowing you to get up, is telling you to sleep for a little bit longer. That background noise that's telling you you don't really have to go. You'll see them next time. Resist that background noise. That background noise is a distraction, and it's also a roadblock. When you really think about it, especially with time, some people will say, oh, I don't have enough time to do this or that. I just want to sit here. But when you look, it goes by so fast. It's like a program. If you're in a training program, if you're in school and you think, oh, it's going to be 2 years, that's way too long. And you know how you look up and 2 years went by, 3 years went by, and you didn't accomplish that goal that you could have done because you thought it was going to take too much time out. You didn't have enough time, and you think about what you did during that time, and it really wasn't anything. That is a roadblock. That just blocked you. You allowed your inside voice, you allowed your background noise to keep you from reaching and achieving that particular goal. So always know that when you hear your inside voice, your background noise, weigh it. Is this something that's really helping you or harming you? Is this something that's going to propel you forward, or is it pulling you back? It could be very distracting. It gets people frustrated. I've seen background noise get people so frustrated. And if you encounter people like that and they trust you, have them relax, have them, become more mindful, have them clear their thoughts, because they're reacting to that background noise and it is not going to serve them in the situation. Remind them of their goals. I always, before I work with anyone, I always tell them, write down your goals. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? And when they do that, and I understand the why behind those goals, when they get to the point, and they will, especially in the beginning, they will, I will remind them of their goals when they get to that point when the background noise is just too much. That background noise is telling them it's too heavy, just drop it and bounce. That background noise that's telling them, it's more comfortable over here. Don't do that hard stuff. If it doesn't hurt, you're not growing. So you want to have that pain. You want to have a little bit of uncomfortableness. You want to be off balance, because then you know that you are growing. So when they get to that point, or when you get to that point, just like Yeast Believes was saying, she has those sticky notes all around. Have sticky notes all around, reminding you of what those goals are that you want to achieve, and the reason why you're getting up at 6 a.m., the reason why you're taking that extra mile when you walk, These are the reasons. It's because you are wanting to achieve that goal. Let me see what else. I see the Elliott family of 7 is in the building. Did you guys have some Starbucks today? Oh my goodness. I need Starbucks so bad. You guys, since I'm home, my family has to provide all of my food and bring it to me. They usually leave it in front of the door. My husband's not even in the bedroom with me right now because, I'm in quarantine. I'm fine for those of you that are just coming in, but I could sure use some Starbucks. They give me what they want to give me. I'm just like, that's not even what you guys are eating. So I guess low key, they have me on some type of diet, low sugar, definitely no carbs. I don't even know, but I know they love me, so I can't complain too much. But it's just funny. I just would love to have a nice pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. Would be delicious right now. For those of you that are just coming in, I am doing this live. It's about mind sharpening tips. And if you don't mind to put in the chat, how do you sharpen your mind? I know for me, like I said, I go to a quiet place. I usually take a walk, I'm by water, or I go into my closet and just to get that clarity, just to clear my mind out. And this channel, if you're new to it, it is about workforce development, career readiness, and entrepreneurship. And I am happy that you are here today in this live. Please be sure to give this a thumbs up and please interact with us. There's great people in this chat right now. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So the Elliott family of 7, we definitely need some Starbucks. Yes. I see people are speaking. That is great. Thank you so much. Hi, Deborah's Glad Tidings. I'm actually fine, Deborah. It's just a precaution because I was exposed, but I'm great so far. So thank you. Pastor Kim's Corner is in the building, and Vernell Livingston is here. I see Pastor Carter saying hello to her. I didn't see her walk in. Oh, there she is. Okay. I'm so happy that you all are here. Thank you again. So I wrote these things out because I really wanted, this live to be purposeful. And so I'm trying to stay on track. So number 3 is get your rest. And it's funny, for those of you that don't know Vern's Junk Closet, I was on her live. She had a great panel on Sunday. And we were talking about rest. And so, yes, get your rest. If you want to sharpen your mind, you have to have rest. You have to rest your mind. So it's even more than just taking a few moments here and there to just, have those quiet moments. It's about having a set time that you lay down. And when you lay down, shut everything off. Take the computer out of your room. Put your phone out of your room if you can. Put it right outside your door so that you are not distracted. You will be shocked. The glow from your phone, the glow from your computer, the energy that your computer has, the energy that your phone has will not really allow you to fully rest. What I started doing is listening to waves and soft music. My husband loves to listen to classical. I don't really prefer the classical too much because it's a little jarring for me, but don't sleep with the television on. The glow from the television, what the television may talk about, especially if it's a news channel, it's going to be subconsciously in your mind and you're not going to fully rest. You really, to sharpen your mind, you really need to fully rest. Tell me in the chat, put a heart in the chat box if you feel that you exercise and do all the things that you need to do to get the proper rest at night. So if you do, I want to see some red hearts in there. Let's see. I see that Hood girl too. The Hood is in the building. I enjoyed my time with her Sunday. She was one of the panelists also on Vern's Junk Closets live that she had, and I enjoyed that. That was a great live. Let's see. Everyone is speaking. Carolyn Eats All. Hello. Welcome to the live. I enjoy seeing her all the time. All right, Yees Believes. I see that red heart coming in. I see one red heart. Do I have 2? Do I have 3? If that is not you, if you're unable, that means you need to practice how to get more rest. You deserve it. It's going to be there. Whatever you had to do is going to be there the next day. Find your stopping point and stop there. Working from home has been really interesting for me, and I've worked from home since 1995, but for some reason this time it feels a little different. And I remember I was working on a project and it was like 8 o'clock. My husband came to the doorway and was like, shut it down. It's 8 o'clock. Like, no, nope. And, if you don't have that person in your life that tells you to shut it down, you need to be that for yourself. Really be mindful of that. Don't overdo it. It's easy to, because everything is right there. You living, sleeping, eating, working right there. But no, have boundaries, respect yourself, respect your mind enough. And no, the more rest you get, the more you really can accomplish. You will be shocked at how much more you can accomplish. I see everyone is still speaking. Let me see. I see JW Van Minimal put a frown down, like, yeah, I know. And sometimes I feel like I'm speaking to the choir, but the older I get, the more I know my body needs rest. I mean, I know I have bags under my eyes, but they actually are hereditary. So that's something I'm gonna have to always deal with. But still, you want to have a clear mind. Okay, the next one is audit your circle. Whew, you guys, you want to have people in your life that can enlarge your perspective on things. You know what they always say, you don't want to be the smartest one in your group type of situation. So you want to audit your circle. You want to make sure that the people that are in the closest in your circle are that they're not only serving you, but that you're serving them as well. You don't want to be the one that just kind of receives everything all the time and are never a contributor to the conversations, that you're not a contributor to the relationship. You definitely want to be around people who are thinking in a powerful way. That's one of the reasons why I have come to enjoy YouTube so much, especially building my channel, because I have come across amazing groups of people that are power thinkers, that think bigger than where they are. Dare to dream is what I call it. And that's always been exciting to me. That's why I love entrepreneurs. I love hearing them talk, making moves. I love being part of those conversations. I love talking with developers. It could be government developers. It could be a company that's developing, whatever. I love when people are always looking for different pieces and, putting pieces of the puzzle together and figuring things out. I call it think tank sessions. And so if you don't have a group of friends that allow you to be part of a think tank session, if you're not walking away, I mean, you have friends that make you feel good, that you want to have fun with, absolutely. But those same friends can also on another day be there for you to be a think tank, to help you navigate through situations, help you with strategies, encourage you. You encourage them. You and your friends don't always have to do the same things, but you respect what each other does. And, your friends aren't just being stagnant. They're growing in their own direction. You're growing in your own direction. And then when you get together, it's just talking a mile a minute, because, what you did over there might work for me over here, but you want to have that collaboration. If you're finding that you're having one-sided conversations with a friend, or if you are having a conversation with a friend and all they're talking to you about is something that somebody else they know is doing, but they never have anything that they're doing themselves, what's that like? So to me, because I've had friends like that where we're talking, the conversation is flowing. However, on their side, they're just telling me about people they know or what they heard. So to me, what that means, what I'm telling you for your next conversation, I'll be your conversation. And you don't want that. You want people that have their own thing going on, and it just, so you want to audit your friends. Your circle should be really big and wide, and it has many, many circles within the circle. So you have your smaller inner circle, then you have outer rings. So you need to make a list, and I'll do this exercise sometimes with clients, where I literally will have them draw a large circle with inner rings, and that middle ring, that middle circle, that center, that's who will be closest to you, and then people move out. And in those circles could be family members. Sometimes family members don't even make the circle. So, when you can visually see who's in your circle through your audit, it helps you to be able to know how you should spend your time. Because sometimes if you don't do that audit, the people that you're spending most time with might be draining you. They might be draining your time, your energy, your thoughts, your mind. They might, not allow you. They might be dulling your mind versus sharpening your mind. Okay, let me go and see what's going on. If you guys in the chat right now can just write down one person's name who is in your innermost circle. Who is that person for you? Is it your mother, your father? Is it your spouse? Is it your child? Is it one of your siblings? Is it your best friend, your line sister, your frat brother? Who is that for you? If you could just write down their first name, that would be great. So let's make this a little interactive. That hood girl to the hood says that she enjoyed the panel too. Yes, I'm trying to tell y'all, if you're not able to catch lives, don't be ashamed to look at the replay. Replays are just as good. And if you didn't catch the live that Verns had on Sunday, and it was about beauty in the eye of the beholder, I highly recommend that you go to her channel and check that out. Let's see. I should have came back to the chat before. Pastor Kim, how are you going to hate sleeping? Oh my goodness. That hood girl to the hood said, always, as I stated the other day, it's nothing for me to shut the computer and my cell off. Yes. Pastor Kim says she hates sleeping. I used to feel that way about food growing up. My mother was an amazing cook, and I really regret not being under her when she was cooking, but I felt like eating was such a waste of time. Like, oh my goodness, we have to eat again? What's going on? I wish I had that same feeling now. I don't. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So everyone is saying hello. And 78 is saying, hate sleeping. JW Van Minimal says, it's needed. It's hard for me. I'm working on it. Okay. And that's the thing, working on it. Don't say try. One of my apprentices, he has some challenges with different things, just, trying to become more, he's self-aware now, but just trying to manage it and making it a real part of who he is, a real habit. So he'll say, well, he doesn't say it anymore, but he used to say, Miss Sherri, I'm trying. I'm gonna try. Okay, and I'm like, try? No. I don't need you to try. I need you to do. So what are you going to do? What are the action steps? Because to me, trying gives you an out. Trying gives you a way out of actually doing it, because you can always say, well, I said I would try. I don't want to hear that. I want to see you did it. You're doing it. And so now for him, it's like changing the way that he eats so that he can show up better, because what he does is very physical and he has to be in better condition. So you can't just try to do that. So when you went to McDonald's for lunch, which is what I told him. So when you went to McDonald's for lunch today, was that trying or was that doing? And he was like, oh, that was trying. I said, no, it wasn't. That wasn't even trying. So let's try and take the word try out. So Carolyn Eats All says, I agree. Now she's trying to shut things down at midnight. Okay. And that hood girl to the hood says, ooh, my circle is and has always been very small for years and years. I'm trying to tell you, my inner circle is very, very tiny. My eyes were looking like raccoon eyes, Carolyn Eats All says. Burnell Livingstone said, the reason why I feel a little different, Coach, is because you don't have the freedom to go when you want to be around 10 or more people. That's why I feel different. And are you, when you say that, Vernell, are you talking about because of the the C-19, the situation that we're in right now. I mean, I know for a lot of people, it is so different, and it's been very challenging. And me being confined into basically one room or two rooms in my home, I'm really feeling that, like, wow, this is something else. At least in my household, it's 5 of us, but if a person is alone, especially, with the distancing and stuff, it can be very challenging. That hood girl to the hood says, I also enjoyed you as well. Oh, thank you on the panel. I need like a producer. Let me see. You know how with the schools, or if you're doing a training online, if you do a training online with Zoom, WebEx, or anything like that, it's really good to have a producer. That's someone who can manage your chat. So this way, when you are training, you could just, not lose your rhythm and keep it moving and still relate to what's going on in the chat. Because I need a producer to say, all right, Coach Sherri, you have a question or you have a statement or such and such said. Because first of all, I don't have my contacts in, so it's challenging for me to read everything. JW Van Minimal says, I really like that about Audit Your Circle. I found a great circle on YouTube, including Coach. Thank you, Jay. Me too. I really enjoy you. Thank you. Let's see. I see Be the Difference Clothing is in the building. Oh my goodness. And you want to talk about positive affirmations? If you don't know Be the Difference Clothing, she writes books and they are positive affirmations. I actually purchased her latest book for my son because my son is 22, but he is a deep thinker. He is as a man thinketh, for real. And he had said, Mom, I'm really wanting to get more into positive affirmations, because I text my kids every single morning. The first thing they read when they wake up is something positive from me, either a scripture, a positive affirmation, or something motivating. And so that's what they see. And so he was like, I would like to kind of get something, anything you can recommend. And right around the time he said that, Be the Difference Clothing started to market her book that was coming out. And I have another, I'm sure I have more than 2 authors in here, but Deborah's Glad Tidings, she has an amazing book. It is thick. It is a great book of her story. And I highly recommend that you go and check her out. The thing I like also about Deborah's Glad Tidings, she does story time on her channel. And so she reads excerpts from her book, and she'll also have stories where whoever is in her live, she'll put their name in it. And so you're like part of the story. It's really cool. Yes. Betty and Diane. Oh, those are the names. All right. So that hood girl too, she put the people who are in her inner circle, and they are Betty and Diane. I hope that you have told them this. And Deborah's Glad Tidings said Gigi's Gluten-Free Lab. Yes, I can tell you two are very close. Gigi's Gluten-Free Lab, I'm telling you guys, she is an amazing chef. JW Van Minimal is saying, oh, I have 2 daughters, Jessica and Tatiana. Those are beautiful names. Vernell Livingstone said, hey, she's saying hello. And Carolyn Eats All, she said, for me, it's Jesus. Absolutely. Yes. Carolyn Eats All, she's saying hello. Let's see. Ease Believe says, that was deep on Sunday. I enjoyed you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Yes, not eating. So Vernell is also saying that was for you, for me. That's why you feel different. You quotes, not me, because you say you feel different now. Okay. Oh, thanks. That's what Be the Difference is saying. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, great. So whoever is in your inner circle, you may want to have a separate conversation with them and let them know that they are in your inner circle, and you hope that you're in their inner circle. And if you're not in their inner circle, ask them, how can I be more supportive? What do you need moving forward in order to reach your goal that I could possibly assist you in? It could be a prayer. It could be a sounding board. It could be something that is challenging for them right now, and you're able to help them navigate through it. But I don't think those conversations happen enough. It's almost like taking someone for granted when you don't share with them exactly what they mean to you and why and how. I'm telling you, I have a friend, a really good friend. She's actually my soror as well. And when she prays for me, I could feel it. First of all, she's definitely in my inner circle. If I tell her something that's going on in life, she'll tell me, I'm going to pray for you. And my prayer for you is going to be X, Y, and Z. And she'll just break it all the way down. And it's not that she's praying right then, but she is at the same time in that conversation. She's sharing with me, how some people will say, I'll pray for you, but they may not even know the whole story, or they may not understand the whole story. The meaning behind the things that people say are not always translated to each person exactly the way it needs to be. So I love that she kind of retells me what I just told her, and she shares with me exactly what she's going to pray for. And I can feel it. And it's so true. It's one of the truest things, it's a great feeling. And she's a great friend of mine. And it encourages me and it pushes me to be an even better friend to her. Because like I said, you don't want to be in a one-sided relationship. You want to be able to give as well as receive, or receive as well as give. Okay. And so the fifth tip is to step off. And stepping off is something that I do to help to clear my mind. You want to try and do it for 20 to 30 minutes every single day. Just step off. Don't look at your phone. Don't play any games. Don't look at YouTube. Don't read. Don't write. Just step completely off for 20 to 30 minutes. This is not when you take lunch. This is not your coffee break. This is not for dinner time. This is not to listen to your kids as they talk. No, it's stepping completely off for 20 to 30 minutes. Because when you remain busy every single minute of the day, that causes clutter. That doesn't allow your mind to sharpen itself. It actually dulls it. So you want to make sure your mind is sharp, is precise, so that you can get where you want to go, achieve what you want to achieve, be that better person for others in your circle, for all those around you. Clearing your mind is getting that oxygen. When you step off for 20 to 30 minutes, make sure you are fully oxygenating your body. One thing that my husband totally believes in, and he has issues with many parts of his body because of what he used to do. And he really understands the power of oxygen. A lot of us breathe so shallow. And because of that, we have so many aches and pains. But if you take deep breaths, it's like doing yoga basically, but you don't have to be in all those poses. You can really just sit where you are and take deep breath and oxygenate your body. But if you isolate different parts, you will be shocked at the release of the pain, because a lot of times our pain is because that area is not getting the oxygen it needs. So imagine your mind. When you're not getting the oxygen, it is not going to be that sharp. So you want to make sure you want to do it throughout the day, but just please, to start off, let's work with 20 to 30 minutes and just deep breathe and oxygenate your entire body. I always say, because there's a program and that I used to do with a group of women, because when I was caring for my mother, I coached women all around the country. And one of the exercises was take back your energy. I should do a video on it, but I'll just tell you this real quick. So, especially as women, and I think it's mostly women in my chat right now, and thank you all for being here. Please remember to give this live a thumbs up. Thank you for being here. So as women, we rip and run, we doing for others. That's just our nature, especially if we're mothers. No matter how old your children are, you always are going to be doing something for your children. But then we get so burnt out. As women, we get so burnt out. And then we look around. I remember when I first got married, and just like my husband did what he did, and his job was very physical. But I did basically everything else. And I used to be like, you know what? When I come back, I want to be a husband. I don't want to be a man. I want to be a husband. Like, I know that's a man, but I don't want to be a little boy. I just want to be a husband, because they have it going on. If all I have to do is work, but it's a lot more for men. I have a lot of respect for men and women, but now I'm talking to the women. Take back your energy. When you are on the airplane, and they are going over the safety measures that they want you to recognize before they take off, they always tell you, in case of an emergency, put on your face mask first, and then put the face mask on whoever else is around you that might need assistance, right? But in real life, we put everybody else's face mask on first, and then we reach and try to put our face mask on. But oftentimes we don't have enough oxygen. We don't have enough energy to put our face mask on. Then we're burnt out, we're tired, we're disgruntled, we're mad, our mind is numb. It's not serving anyone. We have to remember to put our face masks on first, because if we don't, what good are we really to everybody else? So now everybody else have their face mask on, and we're knocked out somewhere in the corner. My mother and mother-in-law were old school. They used to be up all night long cooking, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, like all the major holidays, cooking and have food, everybody favorite, I don't know how to cook like that. I don't. But when I first got married, I used to try to hang with my mother-in-law. I'm like, I'm married to her son. Let me just stay up. What you need, I could be the sous chef. I can chop some things, whatever. I just wouldn't let her stay up all night by herself. But I remember one year we had the whole offensive line from the Rams over for Thanksgiving. It was a lot of people, so it was a lot of food we had to cook. And well, she had to cook. I was sous chef. But that next, and see, I was young and she was a little bit older. She was older. The day when Thanksgiving came, she had to go and lay down. So she couldn't really fully enjoy everyone. My father-in-law was good. My husband was good. I was tired, but I was young, so I could hang like that. And I looked at her and, saw everything that, she did. It was beautiful. Everyone loved it. The food was amazing. But was it worth it? She made sure we all had our face masks on, and she didn't have the strength to put hers on. So she was in the back room asleep. So that's when I decided, holidays, I don't cook. No, we get it catered, because I'm putting my face mask on. I'm not going to be up all night cooking. I don't know how, so I can't. But we have to learn to, to appreciate those around us. And yes, they would love your food, have your specialty dish. Like, I cook now. I can't cook, but I can cook mac and cheese. That's my dish. Like, I would go into a mac and cheese contest and probably win. That's how confident I am about my mac and cheese. But that's all I cook for the holidays. I don't do anything else. So let's see what else is going on in this chat. Oh, I need a producer. There's some great comments in here. Thank you, guys. Let me see. Okay. I think I got back. Yes. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah's Glad Tidings. Absolutely. You are a great woman. That hood girl to the hood says, you are such a great coach and speaker. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are as well. We all are coaches. We coach a lot of things, people, places, and things we coach. And I'm actually a real coach, but thank you. Mrs. Carter says, my mother said, do you send them different affirmations? Yes, I send them all. I send them all the same. My kids have a group chat. It's called Mom Finally Has a Phone, because I didn't have a phone from 2012 till about 2017. And I promise you, y'all, I got so much done in those years without a cell phone tied to my hip. And so when I finally got a phone, they my kids created a group called Mom Finally Has a Phone. Um, let's see. Yes, and the affirmations, they're affirmations, motivations, as well as scriptures. So they get all mixed in, different, everything different on every day. The hood girl to the hood says, you are so right to step off. I love to sit in the peace and quiet and do it often, Coach. It is much needed in our lives, and there are so many things that we have to deal with daily. Absolutely. Fernell Livingston is saying, I'm guilty. I can't do that. I have to at least watch TV or do something. I can't step off at least at 20 minutes doing nothing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I promise you. And for those of you that have young children, my son is our firstborn, and all my kids are 20 months apart. But when he was really young, like a year, I want to say, because I don't think my daughter was born yet. We would sit him in his room by himself, and he would have like a toy or two or whatever, make sure everything was safe around him, and we would leave him. We started off for like 2 minutes, then 5 minutes, then 15 minutes. We would close his door, maybe put on some soft music, but no television or anything like that, because we wanted him to be able to contain himself. We wanted him to be able to be good with himself. And that really does start at an early age, but it's never too late to start. And I promise all my kids, we did that with all of them. They all are good by themselves. They're great with a crowd and with each other, but they are also really good with themselves. Let's see. This is some good. The hood girl to the hood said, this is some good counseling, Coach. You're welcome. Absolutely. Use believes is saying, in real life, I have a mantra. If I cannot do it for me, I cannot do it for you. I have to take care of me so I can take care of you. I have to love me so I can love you. You guys, if y'all don't have that mantra written, I highly recommend that you do. I'm so glad I put this up here. And I believe with the lives, the things come across the screen as well. That is an amazing mantra. It is so true. If you can't do it for yourself, you can't do it for others. You cannot give out more than you even have, you know? So make sure you are great. Take your energy back. Yes, JW Van Minimal, she's saying we are our own life jacket, and we have God. God gives us all the things that we need, and he wants us to take care of ourselves. He gave us this vessel. We have to take care of it. He gave us our mind. We have to take care of it. If we're going to support others, if we're going to be our best, we have to take care of it. He didn't just give it to us to just do it with it as we may. We have to take care of it. Let's see, Deborah's Glad Tidings. She said, oh, this is going by fast. It's funny, host. I used to say the same thing. I said, because the wife got your back is always holding everyone down. Nobody seems to have the wife's back at times. Yeah, you know, growing up, because my parents, they worked together for 40 years side by side in the same business. And, you know, they both worked really hard. But when my mother would come home, she would make dinner from scratch and do all kinds of things still in addition to work. And I remember one day, I think I was a teenager, and I said, Mom, everybody comes to you for everything. Who do you go to? And she thought about it, and she said, the good Lord. I said, yeah. And I always remember that. She was like, the good Lord, Jesus Christ, God. That's who I go to. That's who has me. That's whose shoulder I cry on. That's who holds me up. That's who gives me my strength. That's who I go to. And that's how it is as women, you know, and men too. VAO 11 says, yep. She says, you have to look after yourself so that you can help those around you. Absolutely. That hood girl too, the hood says, I cook only on Sunday and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Are you up all night when you cook too? That hood girl too. Vernell is saying, let's see. And trust me, where I get my our food to, you know, for the catering, it's soul food and it's delicious. You would think I made it. I put it in all. I have beautiful china and dishes and things. We put it all up in there, set the table. You never know the difference. When it comes to holidays, you start cook a week before and let everything cool off. And I know. Let me tell you, I'm the type of person, I start Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. So to me, I know that these dates are the same every year, but they just roll up on me. So cooking a week in advance, I'd have to know the date first. Hey, Angie, how are you? Hello. Carolyn Eats All says, my daughter can do without TV. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think. My kids didn't get a TV in their room until they were like middle school, maybe. That hood girl to the hood says, yes, he does. I had to learn how to love to give love. Absolutely. Yes. Everyone is saying hello. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. You don't do it all night. All right. That hood girl to the hood. So you all, those are the 5 tips on sharpening your mind. I had given the tips in a short, but I just wanted to go into more detail about how to sharpen your mind. We in 2020, I don't know what's coming up. I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to turn 50 again this year because I feel like I need a do-over, but I think I might need to be 51 for real because we got to buckle up. We need some wisdom. And with all of that, with everything that's going on around us, we need to be woke. We need to have our heads on a swivel. Our minds need to be sharp. So I hope that these 5 tips that I just shared with you, which is being more self-aware, resisting background noise, getting your rest, audit your circle, and stepping off. I hope that you found some information. I hope that you received a nugget. I hope that you had an aha moment because all this might not be new to you. So I hope you had that aha moment where you're like, yeah, that's right. I started doing that, but you know what? I'm going to start doing it again. If you can, please, in the chat, write down which tip did you receive the most? Which one resonated the most with you? Which one are you going to start to implement right away? And the first one is becoming more self-aware. The second is resisting the background noise. The third is getting your rest. The fourth is audit your circle. And the fifth is stepping off. Which one are you going to start to implement right away? I just want you to think about that. I did ask you to put that in the chat, and I appreciate you if you do. However, after this video is populated or published, whatever they do, from StreamYard to YouTube, if you can go back and in the comment section under the video, tell me which one resonated the most with you. I really hope that this is going to be a game changer for you. Don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with others. Have this conversation with those in your circle. Let them know I'm here for you because you're here for me. All right. They might not even know that they're there for you. You know, like my friend that prays for me for real. When I told her what she meant to me, she had no idea. You know, I'd love to share how a person means. Sometimes people don't know how to receive that. They look at that as, oh, she's phony or corny or whatever. You can call it whatever. It's who I am. That's what I do. That's me. That's authentic. And I just, and that's something we talked about a little bit on the panel on Sunday. You see a beautiful woman, let her know you're beautiful. A little girl, you're beautiful. A little boy, you're handsome. A man, you're handsome. You know, just within, you know, range or whatever, but let people know what they mean to you. Not enough of that is going on. So many people never hear, you know, that they're doing well, never hear that they are meaningful to someone's life, and you never know what that could do for them. So I'm going to check the chat one last time. And That hood girl to the hood says, I got all 5. Thank you for what you do. Oh, I'm so glad you got all 5 of those nuggets. Use Believe says, great tips. I am already practicing them. Thanks for that reinforcement. So she had those aha moments or that reinforcement. And that's just as important as hearing it for the first time to me. Some things you can't hear it enough times. That hood to the hood girl said, yes, all of them. Thank y'all so much. You guys, this has been a live. It was an impromptu live, but I'm glad I did it. And I'm definitely going to do more lives coming up. But you know, I go live guaranteed every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Typically, I will have a special guest that will talk about either business, nonprofits, something that they're doing great in their community, in their world, in their life, real life. And you know, I'm here for it. I'm very curious, so I ask a lot of questions. I love the interaction from the chat, so I appreciate you when you are able to rock with me on Friday nights. But this channel is about workforce development. It's about career readiness, entrepreneurship, and of course, real life, real issues, and real talk. I know I am heading over to Vern's junk closet right now. Oh, I should try to drop her link. Can somebody drop her link? Let me see. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna drop her link to her live. Is drop the link day actually over there. And I hope you guys can see me. Okay. I am going to drop this link, and if you guys can raid this live and say Coach Sherri live, or no, Coach Sherri raid. Coach Sherri live. Say Coach Sherri raid. I don't know if it worked. Did it work? Let me see. These impromptu lives, I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, let me see. I don't think it did. So copy link. I'm going to drop it again so that, and thank you for the 12 that are in the building. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here. I would repeat everyone's names, but I don't want to miss anyone because you all were so special, and I can't tell you enough. But you guys, I hope you can join me on Friday. But if you can go on over to Vern's Junk Closet, remember, practice how you play. Practice so hard, so hard, so that when you play to win. It has been my pleasure. This has been Real Talk with Coach Sherri.